disturbing scene we played for you earlier this week, where a minister was among the demonstrators outside the Broadview, Illinois detention center last month when he was hit in the head by a pepper ball and then collapsed to the ground. That man, the Reverend David Black, said about the federal agents this, quote, "I told them there is still time to repent, believe the good news, and turn from their wicked ways. That is when they opened fire," end quote.
There was nothing that was provoking it. He wasn't doing anything that was being seen as anything threatening. And when I saw him getting sprayed in the face, I was thinking that this was so surreal. Everything was happening around me. I've been to many different protests over my life. Never have I experienced anything like this.
Remember these disturbing, poignant pieces of footage out of Chicago's Broadview ICE facility from just weeks ago? Well, this MAGA propagandist on Newsmax and his guest have some thoughts.
Chicago, this is some woke pastor he's actually an Antifa member, masquerading as a pastor. He's now suing the Trump administration after being shot in the head by ICE with rubber pellets and like tear gas paintballs or whatever. But now he's got this whole shtick that like, I'm a pastor. Let me tell you, I am an ordained minister of the Universal Life Church. It's my name right there. I officiate weddings. This is such garbage. I got one of those collars too, but I'm not going to go out holier than thou talking about, oh yeah, ICE is terrible. But this is so crazy to me.
He's a big fraud, and he's trying to get, attention out there. And by the way, if he really thought that he was going to do something, he'd obey the law as Jesus obeyed the law.
What's happening here isn't some misunderstanding. It's a calculated lie. They're smearing a pastor who was attacked on camera. Reverend David Black was outside the Broadview ICE facility in Illinois in his clerical collar, praying with demonstrators when ICE agents suddenly and without warning fired pepper balls at his head. He fell to his knees and then they tear gassed him. MAGA media turned that into a conspiracy theory about Antifa. It's not spin, it's an attack on the truth itself.
There was no warning for any of these things. After they shot me in my head and my face and multiple times in my torso, arms, and legs, I was shielded by the bodies of others who were there, who rushed in to support me and took many more hits that were intended for me. We could hear them laughing as they were shooting us from the roof, and it was deeply disturbing. We've gotten to witness a few things about these ICE agents operating in Broadview, and really what it has shown us is how disorganized they are and how poorly supervised and trained they are. We've also heard ICE agents talking to each other, one of whom said, "Man, I don't even remember why I'm here anymore." And the other said, "I don't know either."
This is an act of solidarity and a deep desire for those who are inside the facility to know that they are not alone. They can hear our voices and know that we are with them and we are for them, and we will seek justice for them and for them to return to our communities where they belong.
If Reverend David Black sounds and looks familiar to you, you may recognize him from these bits of footage, among far too many other instances of ICE inflicting violence on the protesters demonstrating outside of the facility. ICE acts like it has nothing to fear, and that's exactly the problem. When government agents can fire on clergy and protesters with zero accountability, they stop even pretending to respect rights. Once they can silence one group without consequences, no one is safe. And that's how power works when it's unchecked, and they're making that crystal clear.
How much of this can they take? Imagine living near a protesting gone violent like this. Voters, working Americans, families, anyone dealing with the overflow and residual effects of attacks on federal agents, like endangering the lives of even the nonviolent protesters caught up in the riots and local law enforcement. This is untenable. It's dangerous. An excerpt here. With the party's approval rating sinking and most Americans supporting Trump's deportation efforts, clinging to the far left borders on political suicide. At a time when Democrats should be tacking toward the center, they're doubling down on extremism. And this latest gambit could prove deadly. Ari Fleischer, Fox News contributor, former White House press secretary. What are we missing here about the Democrats' thirst for violence?
The words they're using, fight, push, resist. They're signaling very clearly that it's wartime.
Then there's Fox News, Harris Faulkner and Laura Ingraham, pretending to be outraged over rhetoric. These are the same people who cheer on violence when it's aimed at the people they despise. They stay silent when ICE attacks clergy, then clutch their pearls when Democrats call out what's happening. It's hypocrisy, plain and simple.
They're not staying here. And all you're wanting, and you go, they just should get the criminals. All illegal aliens must leave the country. I don't care if Wall Street tells it's going to hurt the economy, the corporations say it's going to hurt wages, the preachers say it's going to hurt the congregations. Yeah, everybody it's going to hurt, but they got to go home. You're destroying the American Republic, and you're destroying the American citizens, and you're destroying the American people and our social cohesion.
MAGA is acting this brazenly because they don't expect to ever be held accountable. Either they're not planning on leaving power, or they're doing everything they can to make it nearly impossible to remove them from it. What happened to Reverend David Black isn't just cruelty, it's strategy. It's about showing who's in control and daring anyone to stop them. And if they can do this to someone praying outside a federal facility, imagine what happens when they stop pretending altogether.
Hello everybody, David Schuster here. Thanks for watching. If you found this reporting and commentary valuable, do us a favor and tap the like button. For more content like this, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. That way you'll be notified on your YouTube homepage when we drop a new video. If you are tired of corporate spin and want honest, people-focused news, click the join button below and be part of the fight for a better future. We wouldn't be here without your support. Stay informed, stay engaged, and thanks again for joining us.